Hello again, YouTube. Carl Belcher here. Today I'd like to address one of the most common questions I get when I talk to people about everyday carry and about multi-tools, and that is, which multi-tool should I get and why? So this is going to be just a quick video talking about my recommendations for you buying your first multi-tool and what options you have and what I feel like are the best ones. Now, first of all, there's a lot more options than the ones I'm going to list out here, and by no means are these the only options. But for a first-time buyer of a multi-tool, these are my recommendations. I have a couple different options here for you. One of them that's not going to really be shown in the video is the Wingman, which is the other tool that's very similar to the Sidekick. Either one of them fall into the same category as far as choice between the two comes simply down to whether or not you want the case carabiner that comes with the Sidekick, or if you want the saw that comes with the Sidekick, or the scissors that come on the Wingman. My Wingman's actually loaned out right now, so I won't be featuring it in the video, but it is identical to this tool with the exception of the fact that the Wingman has a pair of scissors here, which is important for some users. So if you're into scissors, go with the Wingman. The Wingman is also a little bit cheaper because it doesn't come with a carabiner or a case like the Sidekick, but they both come with pocket clips, so a case is not critical. So this, just to give you an idea, that's why that one won't be on the table, and I will be referring to it throughout the video. So these are kind of the 3 points on the Leatherman line that have very different functions, sizes, and price points, and these are all extremely good tools that I'd recommend to everyone. We'll start off with the Leatherman Juice S2. This is an incredibly popular tool for people that don't want a big heavy Leatherman, who are just getting their first multi-tool or are switching over from having a knife to carrying a multi-tool. This is an excellent, small, easy to carry tool. This is also a tool that I carry in dress occasions when I can't have a pocket clip or a belt sheath on me. The Juice S2 features outside accessible drop point blade. It also has a large pair of outside accessible scissors and is incredibly lightweight. The MSRP on this one is about $75. You can usually find them for less, but that's a pretty decent price point, just to give you an idea. There are some other models of the Juice, but the S2 I feel has the best balance of features and size. If you get into the bigger Juices, you start running into maybe you should think about a larger size tool. So the downsides of the Juice is the fact that being that it's pretty small, the pliers are a lot smaller than the other Leatherman tools, and the structure isn't quite as strong, so this is not what I recommend for a heavy use tool. It also doesn't have interchangeable bit drivers, and the tool selection is fairly limited because you basically just have flathead and Phillips screwdrivers outside of the blade and the scissors. So this tool I feel is a little limited, but if you don't need a lot of functions in a multi-tool, this is an excellent option. The only other downside to this tool, in my opinion, is the fact that the outside implements are not locking, but not too big of a deal. So excellent choice if you're not a tool kind of person. If you're not gonna, it's not to say that this tool can't handle abuse, but it can't handle as much as some of the more heavy-duty Leatherman tools. Next is going to be your choice between the Wingman and the Sidekick. Now, these are definitely the budget entry into Leatherman's line of full-size tools, but by no means are they a lesser quality. These are amazing tools. If I didn't own the higher-end ones, I would be amazingly happy, and I am tempted to carry these even though I do like the functions on my Charge. And because I own a Charge, I don't feel like carrying one of these simply, primarily because it's kind of like I carry the flagship model. But with this tool, you get an amazing amount of value. It's particularly in the Wingman. The Wingman starts as low as $40 at local stores, and you just can't beat that value at all for a very high quality stainless steel Leatherman tool. These have all of the quality of any other Leatherman tool. In fact, they feel more solid and more higher quality than the Juice, in my opinion. They have amazing fit and finish, and one cool thing that you don't see in most Leatherman tools is they have spring-loaded pliers. And you can see how much bigger the pliers are on the Sidekick here as compared to the pliers on the Juice, and that's just going to give you more leverage. So they're going to be a little bit more heavy-duty tool. They're great if you are a tool person and you just don't want to spend the money to invest in something like a Charge or a Wave. This is a great option because you're getting heavy duty, amazing quality for just a bargain basement price. These have outside accessible blades. They are locking, unlike the blades on the Juice. Both of the external blades are locking, and they feature a little bit more versatility as far as your range of tools. This flattened Phillips is not my favorite, but it has a nice long reach. Have a nice big flathead there. I still recommend prying with it, but it is a little bit more capable than some. This one has, that's one other difference you'll find in the Wingman, is it has a different tool here. Off the top of my head, I don't remember, but it doesn't have the sheep's foot blade here. But this has a file with a measuring instrument can / bottle opener, and then a sheep's foot blade. This one also comes with a little carabiner leather case. It's not a belt case, so it's a little strange that it comes with a case, but that's nice if you want the saw and sheep's foot blade as compared to the scissors that you're going to get on the Wingman. But the Sidekick is going to run in the neighborhood of $60 as compared to the $40 mark of the Wingman. So either of those tools are excellent. If you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, but you want a very good product, definitely take a look at the Wingman or the Sidekick. And last but not least, this is probably my favorite tool in the Leatherman range, outside of my Charge TTI. And the Charge TTI honestly doesn't do anything. Sorry, these tools are a little dirty, but they've been carried and they've been used, so I don't clean them up too much for camera because I don't mind showing my stuff as used. But besides the point, this, as I was saying, the Charge doesn't really, well, it doesn't add any capability that the Wave doesn't have. The only thing the Charge series adds is a little bit more fit and finish, as far as the scales are a little smoother and cleaner, and they are lighter, because you'll either have the Charge AL, which is aluminum, or the Charge TTI, which gives you titanium scales, where this has stainless steel scales. There's something to be said that the stainless steel in this is actually going to be more durable. Now, the Charge series also does tend to have premium metals in their blades. This is Leatherman's 420 HC, which is still a very good metal. It's some of the best as far as 420 HC goes. You're getting a really high quality, and it's certainly better than something that you'll find in like a Gerber tool like that CR8 MOV, which is the kind of Gerber mystery steel. This is going to hold an edge much better than even like a Kershaw steel. So this one has 4 outside accessible tools. You have a drop point blade, you have a sheep's foot, serrated, you also have a saw, and then on this side you have an excellent file that has diamond on this side and then a rough on the other side. Now, the Wave also features a nice big set of heavy-duty pliers, and on these you're going to get interchangeable bits, which is nice, so you can carry a bit set in like your toolbox and have a whole bunch of different assortments. One of the excellent things about the Wave and Charge series I really love is they have an eyeglass screwdriver. This flips around and becomes a Phillips. However, be aware that Leatherman's bits have been a little soft lately, so don't treat those too hard, but they are replaceable, and it's excellent to see an eyeglass screwdriver on a tool like this. So if you want a heavy-duty tool and you don't mind paying, the MSRP on this knife is right at $100. I've seen them for as low as $60, and so if you shop around, you could definitely get a pretty good deal on all of these, much less than the MSRP. So if you're willing to spend between, probably I would say an average of $80 at the time of this video being released on a tool that is going to be indispensable in almost everything you do, I can't recommend the Wave more. This is an excellent multi-tool, and really there's no reason to get something like a Charge TTI unless you want the higher end materials. This does everything they do. So there's a basic overview of what I recommend in multi-tools. Another option that is a little bit more left field than these is the Victorinox Swiss Spirit X. My primary problem with these is it's hard to find a regular blade. As you can see, this one here has a butter knife blade, like they like to call it, which would be next to impossible to sharpen in my opinion. These are very nice tools as well. They're going to range a little bit more you're looking probably in the $135 range, but these have legendary Swiss Army knife Victorinox quality. They feel amazing in hand. So this is another good option. However, I still recommend, if you're going to spend this kind of money, to go with the Wave or a Charge, because you get more tool. The Victorinox tools are very pretty and they're very good tools. I'm not discounting them at all, but I feel like the Leatherman tools have more utility. As far as multi-tools go, I'll tell you right now, and this may not be a popular opinion, but in no uncertain terms, Leatherman tools are the highest quality. I would say Victorinox is probably right there with them, but the range of Victorinox options is a little bit limited. So basically the point I'm trying to make is I don't recommend Gerber and I don't recommend SOG tools. There are some good tools in their range, but they don't meet the quality or the functionality of the range of Leatherman tools here. And with tools like the Wingman coming in at the same prices as the Gerbers, there's no reason to get a Gerber over a Leatherman unless you really have a preference to the one-handed opening and are willing to sacrifice a lot of functionality to like their Scout series. That would be acceptable, but Leatherman does have some one-handed options as well, and once you go Leatherman, you won't want to go back. I used to be a Gerber fanboy before I owned my first Wave, and I've never gone back in over 15 years. So once again, YouTube, this is Carl Belcher. I'd love to hear your comments. I appreciate if you'd like the video, and definitely subscribe because I'll have some more content coming out soon. I'd like to thank you guys for sticking with me on my brief absence over the last couple months here, but I hope to be back making some more videos. Thank you.